In 2020, the world's gambling mecca, Las Vegas, topped the charts as the most sought-after city for prospective home buyers. Surprisingly, over 75% of Nevada's residents weren't originally from the state, underscoring the city's magnetic appeal. Nestled in the desert, Las Vegas is not just about gambling and quick weddings. It's evolved into a vibrant and diverse urban center with a population of 667,000 and a metro population of nearly 2.35 million, steadily growing by 2% each year. What draws people here is the city's transformation into a fantastic place to call home, featuring outstanding suburbs, a top-notch culinary scene, stunning natural surroundings, no state income tax, near-perfect weather with 310 sunny days annually, and a plethora of entertainment options from festivals to pro sports teams. Las Vegas truly offers something for everyone, especially its affordability compared to other Western US cities. However, like any place, it has downsides, so before you decide to move, explore the top 10 reasons not to relocate to Las Vegas, Nevada. 10. It's very suburban. Las Vegas embodies rapid suburban growth, a unique characteristic given its location within a vast, flat desert valley, resulting in extensive sprawl that covers nearly 8,000 square miles in the metropolitan area. While some sprawling cities like Los Angeles boast diverse and visually appealing neighborhoods, Las Vegas lacks aesthetic charm, except perhaps its downtown and the iconic Strip. Most cityscapes comprise monotonous beige walls, strip malls, golf courses, and gated subdivisions interconnected by vast, unwalkable streets. On the bright side, the city's extensive network of freeways and main roads mitigates traffic congestion, reaching most destinations within a 20-30-minute drive. 9. It's a desert. The desert landscape characterizes Las Vegas, and it's not just the buildings that lack vibrancy. The landscape itself may be even more monotonous. Except for the somewhat perplexing existence of golf courses, which seemingly defy the laws of science to maintain greenery, the region struggles to support lush vegetation. What's more, scorching heat is another predictable feature of the area. While the weather remains quite pleasant for 8 months of the year, the summer months can be life-threatening, with temperatures regularly exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Shockingly, over 100 people succumb to heat-related causes in Las Vegas annually. 8. It's isolated. When you inevitably grow weary of the city and the surrounding natural attractions, it's not as if you can simply hop in the car for a short drive to the next major city. Los Angeles, the closest major city, is a daunting 270-mile, 4-hour drive without traffic. However, real-world conditions often extend that travel time to 6 to 8 hours, especially during non-peak hours. The closest significant cities, Phoenix, San Diego, and Salt Lake City, are even more distant. This isolation, however, harks back to the city's origins, as the mafia strategically established Las Vegas in the middle of nowhere to shield their operations from the intrusion of other cities. Thus, it's mostly desert, and even more desert until you reach the unmistakable Las Vegas light pollution. 7. Tourists. In 2019, it ranked as the 7th most visited city in the United States, drawing nearly 43 million visitors to a place that, by all logic, shouldn't even exist due to its desert location with limited access to resources. However, thanks to the substantial tourism revenue, this ever-expanding metropolis thrives. While many locals strongly dislike the influx of tourists, it's understandable considering the frustrations of dealing with unruly visitors, including drunk passengers picked up through ride-sharing services, leaving behind unpleasant messes. And suppose you're thinking about focusing solely on the Strip for entertainment. 6. The challenge of making friends and forming connections. Several factors contribute to this difficulty, including the influence of tourists, the vast geographical spread of the city, and the presence of substantial concrete barriers segregating gated communities. Despite the city's diverse population, there's a common thread among the residents. They rely heavily on cars, prefer a suburban lifestyle, and often spend most of their time in the comfort of their air-conditioned homes or workplaces. For newcomers, it can prove challenging to break into the community as most residents don't engage in small talk with their neighbors. This isolation extends to the dating scene, as there are limited opportunities to meet locals. Areas with pedestrian activity like downtown or the Strip are primarily populated by tourists. 5. The traffic and constant construction. The traffic in the Strip and Tropicana Avenue can be pretty congested. The good news is that generally, outside these areas and during rush hour on the interstates, traffic in Las Vegas is relatively manageable. Before the locals voice their objections and claim otherwise, it's important to note that statistically, Las Vegas doesn't rank as one of the most congested cities in the United States. The average Las Vegas commuter spends just 21.6 hours in traffic annually, placing it the 52nd most crowded city. The growing population in Las Vegas necessitates constant road expansion, making it one of the most roadwork-ridden cities in the United States. 4. The underwhelming state of education. This can be attributed in part to the absence of a state income tax, which often funds schools in other states. Clark County, where Las Vegas is located, boasts a shallow property tax rate of just 0.65%. With an average teacher salary of just $54,280, one of the lowest in the nation, it's no surprise that there's a shortage of educators in the area. Those teachers working in Las Vegas are overburdened, facing student-to-teacher ratios 25.3 in elementary school and 34.5 in high school. This leads to student test scores that lag 25 points below the national average. However, it's not just the education system that poses challenges. Las Vegas, as a whole, isn't an ideal place for children, which is unsurprising for a city where approximately 60% of activities require individuals to be 21 years old. 3. Expensive and steadily increasing cost of living. It's true that Las Vegas is one of the more affordable major cities in the western United States, but that's not saying much because the overall cost of living is still relatively high. Housing costs are rising, partly due to a surge in Californians with their California-sized paychecks relocating to the area and driving up property prices. The median home value in the metropolitan area has increased by 8% over the past year, reaching $316,000, and rental rates aren't much better, averaging nearly $1,500 per month. Moreover, Las Vegas's location in a vast desert with limited natural resources contributes to the high cost of living, affecting everything from food and gas to internet and utility bills. 2. Limited job market. Despite being one of the fastest growing cities, with a diverse influx of people worldwide, one might expect a flourishing economy and job market. However, Las Vegas falls short in this regard. Many new residents can retain their out-of-state jobs through remote work, while the city heavily depends on the tourism and service industries. This has resulted in a notable wage gap even before the pandemic. The city's economy took a substantial hit from the lockdowns and closures, with the unemployment rate in Las Vegas still hovering at 10.5% compared to the national average of approximately 6%. While specific sectors of the economy are expanding, including a budding startup scene attracting entrepreneurs and young professionals, the median household income remains at $63,250. Considering these challenges, it's unsurprising that the Las Vegas metro area is home to nearly 35,000 homeless individuals. 1. The persistent allure of Sin City. Everywhere you turn, you encounter enticements, whether it's the seduction of gambling, the allure of alcohol and drugs, or the challenges brought on by erratic work hours that can disrupt your sleep schedule for years. Las Vegas is not an ideal place for individuals with addictive personalities. While some find unique business opportunities that thrive in the city, others suffer significant losses and plunge into deep depression. While it's true that many residents eventually reduce their visits to casinos and bars, a notable 7% of Las Vegas residents grapple with gambling addiction, and 25.6% contend with alcoholism. However, if you cherish splendid weather and easy access to world-class culinary delights and entertainment while enjoying a serene suburban lifestyle, Las Vegas can be an appealing choice. That's a wrap for the 10 reasons nobody is moving to Nevada in 2024. If you learned something, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the following video.